CoolSculpting, very cool technology, no pun intended. It's a brand new technology on the market that uses cold to freeze the fat in a particular part of your body that is unwanted, and gets rid of it in a permanent fashion. The inventor of this technology discovered that fat can't handle the cold, and once the fat cells is destroyed, the body's immune system comes along, sort of like a Pac-Man game, and gets rid of the remnants of the fat cells, and this is a permanent result. In my mind, it's basically cold versus heat. Many of the other techniques on the market today for non-surgical fat reduction uses heat to destroy fat cells. For instance, ultrasound is one of them. Cold technology obviously is radically different, and it heads the other direction. It's basically cold versus heat. One analogy I like to use is if you can imagine going up to an apple tree. Imagine the apples being the fat cells in your body that you don't want. How do we get rid of the apples or the fat cells? If you can imagine the tree being frozen by CoolSculpting, eventually the apples or the fat cells cannot handle the cold anymore. And once the apples or the fat dies, it kind of gently falls from the trees, from the branches. Versus the same scenario, if you can imagine the same tree getting hit by lightning. Everything goes up in smoke, and yes, you will get rid of the apples or the fat cells, but obviously it's a whole different scenario in that there's more traumatic destruction of the tree, branches, apples, everything. I always tell my patients, CoolSculpting, along with all the other fat reduction procedure, is not for weight loss. It's for sculpting a particular area of your body. So really, the ideal candidate should be somewhere within 10 to 15% of his or her ideal body weight, because again, it's spot reduction and it's not meant for weight loss. Currently, the apparatus that we use for the machine all has a curvature to it. So any parts of your body that actually has a curvature, for instance your abdomen, whether it's upper or lower, around the sides, the flanks, or the love handles, as we all call it. For women, in the upper back, in the bra line area, or in the axillary or the armpit area where there's fat that tends to accumulate in some people. Those are really good areas to be CoolSculpted. Typically takes about an hour, as predicated by the company. Each treatment area is called a cycle, and each patient is a little bit different, obviously, for the amount of areas that need to be treated. And during your complimentary consultation, I will be telling you how many cycles that you're going to need for each of the areas that you are requesting. This is one of the big draw of this procedure, actually, is that it is well tolerated by patients. And I shouldn't even say tolerated. In fact, if you looked on my website, there's a video of me treating one of my staff members, and where she almost falls asleep during the procedure. Me having the technology in my office, I also wanted to be one of firsthand to give you an explanation, and I actually put the apparatus on myself. Initially, there is a feeling of a suction type of sensation as the apparatus is isolated that area to be CoolSculpted. This suction feeling actually dissipates over the next few minutes, and once the cold is applied to that apparatus, really the area goes numb. If you watch the video, my staff member practically snoring during the procedure. It's extremely safe, and again, back to the whole apple tree scenario, is that it uses cold instead of heat and destruction for the fat reduction, so it's extremely safe, yes. Actually, some of my patients would ask me, well, am I going to get frostbite on my skin because you're chilling my fat? The answer is absolutely not. The company is very vigilant in its research. Actually, there is a constant monitoring of your skin temperature, and there's also a gel pad that sits between the skin or the area to be cool sculpted and the apparatus, so it's constantly under monitor. That's very simple. There's virtually no downtime, actually. That's another big draw of the procedure. The initial post-op period, you will experience a little bit of a bruising in the area that was treated, followed by return of sensation, because the area that was chilled goes numb a little bit, but again, all the sensation comes back within the next few days. In fact, my staff member that I treated came back to work the following day. Yes, the results are permanent, and what I like to say, paraphrase, is really dead is dead. Once the fat cells is chilled by the cool sculpting, and your body's immune system comes along and gobbles it up and takes it away, it can never jump back into your body to bother you ever again. So yes, that once the fat is gone, it's gone. It's permanent. That really all depends. Each pass of the machine takes about 20 to 25% of the fat in that area away, and so it depends on your expectation and really your needs and wants. This procedure can be repeated. Currently, the protocol as set forth by the company is that you can have the second treatment within 3 months of your first. However, many of my colleagues have treated patients within a month of each other, and they've gotten very, very excellent results. Well, that depends again, because it depends on how many areas that you wanted to treat and how many cycles you go through. So I can tell you that typically for an abdomen, whether it's upper or lower, it typically costs somewhere between $2,000 to $2,500. I have a special number dedicated to all my cool sculpting patients, and the number is 215-970-1170. Stephanie will be answering that phone. Stephanie is my assistant, and she's going to help you in setting up your complimentary consultation.